Hi. I had no intention of making a video today because I felt like my hair was like horrible, but then I started getting some like cute compliments on it, so I'm gonna go up with this whole swept back look. So I'm at the park. I was gonna try to do something different with you all today. I'm not live, but I wanted to pretend as if I was live. I've got my food balanced in this precarious situation here, and there's cars. But I just thought if I kind of like just took you with me today, it might be easier for me to talk about what I want to talk with you about today. I've been doing a lot of talking with like my mentors. I include Barbara, my therapist, as one of my mentors. She kind of serves as like a mother figure for me. And then also Matt Terry is my strength and conditioning coach, and he kind of serves as like that masculine kind of figure in my life. So we're at the picnic tables. I also thought I would show you how nice it is at lunchtime at the park, in case that might encourage you. And I'm gonna put my lunch down and kind of just talk to you about what happened today. So my coaches actually encouraged me to be more honest with you, because I was just recently more honest with him about some of the challenges that I have going on, and then some of the reasons why I'm resistant to really going forward with some of my online programming, because what I want to do brings up some like pain and past issue stuff, but I just have felt it so pressing on my heart to get it together that it is going to be happening in the next couple weeks. And so today I just wanted to share with you what happened with someone today. It's someone that I've been working with on and off for about 4 years. I kind of have the benefit of working at a place where I'm part of a community, so I get to kind of see people through like their different stages of life. And some of the stages of life are really challenging for me because it involves looking at death and illness and trying to stay healthy during illness and trying to stay healthy as possible while they're going through different stages. And I don't want to say what the illness is or even too many details, but the end result of the illness essentially is dying. And so I've known this person for quite some time, and I worry about them a little bit, and I don't bug them a lot because I know something just fell off the table. I don't bug them a lot because I know that they're going through something very challenging, and I don't want any added pressure, because sometimes when I contact people just to check on them because I love them, especially in the type of position that I have during the day, it comes off as maybe like pressure to come back to the fitness center. So we're starting again essentially, and this person is not at all by any means going to be healed. They're just not, and that's challenging. And so the appointment today on my end was just focused around doing 3 things that they could do, plus some stretching, and then just talking to them about what exactly was happening and anything that might be coming up. So the goal of the appointment is not to lose weight or anything like that. The goal of the appointment is to help keep strength and to help keep bone density, because both of those things are going, and they're going to keep going. So as this person was talking to me about all of the fitness things and the health things, and we're keeping it very surface level, what I wanted to share with you today and what I shared with them was what's kind of been going on with me the last couple years. And that has been learning how to use fitness and exercise in a way that helps decrease stress levels. And so I shared with her the darkness that exists with me. And I shared with her that I didn't share details, and I won't share details here, but I deal with trauma in my past. And so I deal with flashbacks, and I deal with, mine appear, a lot of times I'll be hit with dizziness first, enough to where I have to sit. And a lot of times I'll just tell people that I'm sitting because I didn't eat enough that day, or because my blood sugar's low or something. I'll just play it off. But I'll get hit with acute bouts where if it's too much, I'll just sit wherever I am. And that happens sometimes. Other reactions, and it could be any kind of trigger. It could just be me going too fast, is that my skin will splotch red and that my heart will race, and up to 175 beats per minute, because for whatever reason I'm feeling like I'm in danger and I need to go. And because, in my theory, is the reason the reason that it manifests itself in splotching and heart racing is maybe because in the past I couldn't go. And so there's fight, there's flight, and there's freeze. So if I'm in a situation that I find threatening, or my body even finds threatening, because a lot of times I don't even know what the deal is, but all of a sudden I will be splotching red, and all of a sudden my heart rate will be racing. Okay? So another thing that I kind of deal with is, and there's a person walking their dog, so I'll sit down and try to act a little bit normal. Another thing that I kind of deal with is darkness and like depression. So I will go, sometimes when I'm hit with an acute thing, the whole world will be threatening. I'm feeling sick, and it'll last for days, and then I'll withdraw from people. And so what I was sharing with her is that when I withdraw from people, I do it as a way to protect myself. And a lot of people think it's just me being, too cool, or me just not liking them, or me having an attitude or whatever, because sometimes it's very abrupt when I withdraw. And I think you might even be able to kind of see me splotching right now. It's not just because it's hot out here, it's because I'm just kind of talking about something uncomfortable. So that's kind of sort of talking about it triggers, and so that's why I don't talk about it a lot too. But drink some water. I'm ready. I have my lunch here. I thought I would talk to you guys about this first before I ate my lunch, because I'm not even feeling like eating, but I know I should eat because I kind of got triggered today talking with my client. But the darkness comes a lot after I've been triggered by something that either my mind or my body feels threatening. And it gets worse when I withdraw from people. I, at first, am always feeling like, there's a bug on me, I'm always feeling like it's helpful, and sometimes it is, because I feel like even more threatened when people are staring at me or asking me questions about like what my problem is. So that's a big reason I withdraw, is because I don't want to talk, I don't want to share it, because it's painful for everyone involved. It's painful for me, and it's painful for them to even hear the images that might be flashing in my mind, or what I'm dealing with. So then I'll try to deal with it by myself. But the isolation factor, I'll be triggered, I'll go into withdraw, the darkness comes. And the darkness for me, what I told her, the darkness for me, I imagine that I'm in water and that I can't swim anymore. And it was really bad in 2016 when I got injured, and I know I've shared that story before, but that's when it became so necessary for me to get help with it, because Jacob was noticing, and like my boyfriend, anybody close to me knows, and anybody that knows me, sees me every day or week, they know. But so to share with you all is kind of my hope. So the darkness feels like you're drowning, and when I hurt my back, it had been feeling like I had been swimming and swimming and going and going and going, and I hadn't been giving myself enough rest, and I'd been overtraining and overworking and doing all the things over. And when I hurt my back and I couldn't move my arms, that's when the thoughts of drowning started happening. And other than that, like, since for a long time, I've always kind of imagined my inner life, or myself, as like this big house with a lot of rooms. And when it kind of changes. So like, sometimes the rooms are all dark. And so the picture that I have, or one of the exercises that I have when I can't get out of the house mentally, when I can't shake that picture of the house with a bunch of dark rooms, what I'll do is I'll open the door of the room and I'll walk towards the window, and I'll open up the shades and I'll let light into that room. And then as I let the light into the room, then I imagine a room that I would enjoy sitting in and sitting in the light. And so I might go to a few rooms and open up the light in the rooms, and then it kind of feels like I have light. And that's a lot of the stuff in your head. So, and other times, all of the rooms are light, and there's just one dark room, one dark scary room, and it feels like if I invite anyone over or around me, that they'll see everything pretty. Like, they'll see, I kind of talked to her about like how I try to wear pink and look cute and all that kind of stuff. It's almost as like a deflection sometimes, to keep people just kind of distracted with my appearance a little bit, so I can just kind of flit through my day and everyone thinks Miley is smiley, Miley, happy all the time. But sometimes it feels like if I were to invite someone over, then they're going to find the dark room and they're going to let it out, or I'm going to open the door and I'm going to let it out, and then all the rooms are going to be filled with darkness again. So I told her a shorter snippet of that, and then I just saw her nod, and then she was able to tell me that she was also feeling very similar to what I was describing with what's going on with her. And it's not totally the same. Like, I'm not facing early death. I'm not. It just sometimes feels very scary. So we talked about that today, how it feels scary. So going forward, I don't care how much you weigh. I really don't. I'm 153 pounds right now. Just gonna go and throw that out there. I've been lifting. So I'm not the trainer to talk to if you're gonna obsess about the scale and that's gonna be your main concern. Like, because sometimes when you're trying to get your weight down, it's just a distraction from something else that's going on. And you just think that if you weigh 10 pounds less, or if you whatever, that your life is going to be magically better. And I've already been through this before. And it's not the fight I was built for or made for. And I've never, ever, ever been good at being the weight loss trainer. I don't have any before and after pictures of people. I don't have any way to like draw you in by showing you dramatic change in that fashion. So I'm not even going to try. But what I wanted to share with you is that exercise has been the gateway for me to have control over my life when I felt like there was circumstances out of my control. And so what my hope for you is, depending on what's going on with you, if we can get past the extra 10 pounds or 50 pounds or whatever you want to lose, if we can look past the weight and look at why it's even there. Maybe it's there because you're sick and your body's going through trauma right now, and that's what I had to tell my client. Like, the extra 10 pounds is the trauma of what's happening to you. And she was beating herself up about it because she doesn't feel good and she doesn't want to come work out, and she's gained 10 pounds, and I asked her to love herself. And at the end of it, I gave her a real big hug, because I'm not sure when the last time she got a hug was, and I don't know, but for me, I didn't get in this in 2004 to help you lose weight. I just didn't. I don't care. In 2004, I got into it because I realized that feeling strong and healthy helped my mental. It did. And it's been my thing. And I also went way too crazy far with it after my last divorce, when I was a single mom and trying to move mountains. And then I almost physically broke myself. And I mentally broke myself. So my goal with all of it is to help you get into a rhythm that works for you, that isn't just a distraction from what's really going on. Like, I want for you, for exercise and healthy eating, to be a tool and to be a discipline and to be something that makes you feel good. I don't want it to be something that you do because you don't feel good about yourself and you think you need to change, okay? If we can take a step back from that and think about what I was talking with her today, was about the reason for stretching for your mental is anytime you can open up the chest and breathe, it's going to take you out of that fetal position that I've talked to you guys about before. It's going to help immediately click some of that trigger that's going on in your brain, to where when you're in the fetal position, you're going to automatically feel more stressed, okay? The strength training is going to help you to keep your muscle mass and to keep your bone density. And then the cardiovascular activity, along with the rhythmic movement and the oxygen, it's not only going to strengthen your heart and your lungs, but it should also be helpful for your mind. And there are some studies now also that the active strength training is also helpful for the mind. Okay? So, I don't know if that helps you, but if you're struggling with darkness, if you're struggling with anxiety, if you're struggling with trauma, my call to you is to seek out someone. It could be me at first, but seek out actual people that are going to be there with you. So like my actual people that are there with me, like 2 of them I pay, and I see them staggered. Like usually it's one week is my coach Matt Terry and my therapist Barbara Bauer, and I alternate it. So I have someone to talk to that doesn't get overwhelmed with what it means for them, because a lot of times what's hard for me when I try to talk to somebody is that it's painful. It's so very painful for them to even hear it that it almost wounds them. So then that's where I be quiet and withdraw and think that that's better. But that's dangerous. Okay? So, what if, like me, you got out every single day and doused yourself in green and blue? What if you did that? And then what if you made sure, preparing yourself or whatever, I snuck into Whole Foods, like what if the food you put in your body was nourishing for you? And what if you did stretching daily? And what if you did strength training twice a week for 10 minutes or 20 minutes? And what if you went for a walk if you're able, or for a swim, or for a bike, or like what other rhythmic activity that could almost get you into a meditative state? What if you did that? Okay, these are all things that I've done, along with using a meditation app almost every single day. Okay, so those are the key points. Meditation when I wake up, a midday dousing with green and blue if possible, or sitting by water or a water sound. The strength training. I don't do as much cardio anymore, but I do walking. I count, since I was a runner, sometimes I forget that walking is like one of the best things for cardio. Okay? 20-minute video, but I'm gonna post it, and if you're watching it, then it means it was for you. Okay?